So, welcome to a new Let's Play, guys. Before you go ask me, this video game, yeah, it's Initial D Special Stage on the PS2. A racing video game that was only ever released in Japan. Being played by someone that isn't even living over there. Now, I don't speak this language, but I don't speak Japanese, but I know what most of the UI elements do in this game. So this is the free race option, I believe. No, that's for the story. Okay. So here's the car I drive. Yeah, RX, Mazda RX-7 Spirit R-Type A. This is the car I drive. So one thing you'll notice with me in this game is going to be a running theme, is that I'm going to be hitting the curves because I'm not the best in the world at racing games. Now, you can pick your song. It's like you can pick your song pretty much, coolly enough. I'm going to pick Heartbeat because that's my favorite Initial D song. You can pick which side you start on. I'm going to choose the normal one. I usually pick Wet and Night, and no. So it's gonna be a running theme here for me when you see me hit the curve. Yeah, I'm not the best in the world at racing games, nor do I play them often. So yeah. Wait, this isn't Heartbeat. Oh yeah, I forgot. If you change it to be day or nighttime, it automatically changes the song. Like, if you pick day or nighttime, it will automatically pick the song for you. That Bud races to in the anime. Ah, bam, there, hit the curb again, because I'm not the best in the world at these racing games. One thing I noticed about this game while racing is that it's not the best racing game on PS2. In fact, this game very well does look rough around the edges, especially for a PS2 video game. I suppose you can't blame it. Like, the Xbox, I mean, was weaker than this console, I believe, the PS2. Man, they keep hitting the edges because I'm not the best in the world at racing games. The PSP version of this game, which is Initial D Second Stage, is what it's called. That game looks the exact same as this. So I'm going to show you most of everything of this game. The free race, the car selection, and all that stuff. This car I'm driving is not driven by anyone in the anime. The car I'm driving is simply just in the game. In fact, when you select your car, it shows a picture of who drives it in the anime, which is pretty cool. Well, this car is just in the game. Yeah. And when we get there, I'm going to show you all the other shit about this game, like the racing against people, and the car leveling up in this game. You level up, your car gets leveled up just by driving. Like, doing this, like the free race stuff, is how you level up your car, believe it or not. Bam, hit the curb, because I'm not the best driver in the world in racing games. Yeah, it's pretty damn hard to control this car. This game was also made by Sega and was only released in Japan. But I mean, that's the thing about Initial D, is like, even though this game was only released in Japan, like, American gamers still knew what Initial D was, you know? So here's me driving, hitting the curb like 1,000 times, because I'm not the best driver in these racing games in the world. I mean, yeah, if you hit the bumps, like if you hit the side like this, your car slows down. How do you speed up? Oh, by holding down the accelerate button. Oh yeah, also, there's another way to speed up. Yeah, by drifting. That's another way to speed up as well, too. Is by drifting. And what a game. You slow down by hitting the edges, you speed up by holding down the accelerate button, or drifting. bam. Oh, you finished. And, you know, that's the weird part about this game. Is, like, some of you... Okay, I'll play the replay while I talk about this. Oh, wait, is that... What is this here? I like to play that replay. I'll talk about this. So while the replay is playing, I'll talk about this. So, the funniest thing about this video game is the whole game's in Japanese. The whole game is in Japanese. However, some of the UI elements, if you can see here, the replay, the total time and lap time is in English. You also notice is that all the music in this game is also in English. But this video game was only released in Japan. Yeah, I don't get why fucking Japanese games that are like arcadey style have UI elements in it that are in English. But they just do, and it's dumb. It's dumb. But whatever, you know? Like, I've played many Japanese video games that were only released in that region, and let me tell you something, bud. There's like UI in the game that's in English, and it doesn't make any sense, you know? I mean, you think you could have, I mean, I know that if English is not your first language, it's most definitely going to be your second. And if it's not going to be your second, then it's going to be your third. But there's probably people that couldn't understand the replay option up there and the total time and lap time because that shit's in English. In fact, there's a lot of UI elements in this game that in English, like Toyota, like the car logos, that's in English. In this game, I lied to you not, was only released in Japan and was also made by Sega. In fact, I believe Sega made every Initial D video game. For a racing game made by Sega, I mean, it's actually pretty good. I mean, it is a little bit rough around the edges, and the last Initial D video game, I don't know much about Initial D video games. All I know is that the last one, from what I found out, was on PlayStation 3. Maybe we'll give that one a look. One thing I'm going to tell you for certain, Sunny Gems, are going to be taking this a look. Like, we're already looking at the free race, and as for the cinematic camera, you can go to first person, the third person, and if you're watching a replay, the cinematic camera. As for the cinematic camera, they would try to like choose like spots that would probably be used in like the anime, you know? Like here, like right here, like this is probably something, like basically cool-ass car drive-by. Like here's your car drifting and hitting the edge, bam! Here's your car drifting and, you know, driving away. There's a decent amount of cars in this game, though. I mean, it's more than like a Need for Speed game. Well, a one Need for Speed game on this. Funnily enough, though, the PlayStation Portable port of this game looks the exact same. In fact, the PSP version is better. This game has songs like Heartbeat and Night of Fire and like Running in the 90s, while the PSP version has Speedy Speed Boy and like Remember Me and stuff. So bam. So I don't know, but this is to go back, this is to watch your replay, this is to save your replay. So how this game works is basically after you're done free racing, you get points. Once that thing there is in the red, that means you unlock something for your car. So then it shows like a cinematic camera, boom! Yeah, you hope you like that new upgrade you got for your car, and there's how many points you have until the next upgrade. This is to go back to the selection menu, I believe, and this is the stage selection. This is to go back to the car selection. Of course, I would like to save my new car that I just got. So, now that I saved, I'm going to show you some of the other stuff. So this stuff, I believe this is the, This here is the save the game. Oh, this here is the save the game, I believe, or to see replays. This is histories on like the car from what I gathered. You hear them talking. So I click on this, and like it plays a song, and then it shows the car driving and drifting. But since this whole game is in Japanese, I obviously can't read any of that.
トレの GT アペックス AE86 1983年にデビューしたスプリンターのスポーツモデルがこの
So yeah, it's history lessons on the tofu delivery car, aka the AE86er. So that's history lessons about the car. This, I believe, is the save. Yeah, the save. This is the settings, if I'm correct. Here is the story mode. I believe this right here is to like choose your car, and down here is to like go to like the... If I'm correct. Yeah, automatic. So yeah, here is the race against people mode. As you can see, I'm nowhere near done. I've only beaten the first stage and one second stage. Yeah, I'll race against, I forgot his name. I'll race against him, just to like give you like an example of like the race against people. So you get a cutscene, but since the whole game's in Japanese, I'm not gonna be able to read nothing. So one thing I'm just gonna tell you is I know that I'm gonna be able, because this map that I'm gonna be racing this guy on is the easiest map. One thing you'll notice is that he's driving a car from the 80s, but I'm driving a car from the 90s. I believe the car I'm driving in this game was made in 1995. So that's kind of unfair. Yeah, he's driving like the shittiest car, and here I am driving an infinitely better car. So yeah, of course I'm gonna kick his ass in terms of racing. So one thing you'll notice is that you got a little thing on the top right corner. They're like facial expressions. Like this dude, like it shows like a crying face because I'm fucking, you know, leaving him in the dust. Like look at how far behind he is. Oh bam, hit the fucking curve there. Cause I'm not the best at these racing games. I'm losing. I mean, I suppose it's kind of like, yeah, no shit, he's driving a car from the 80s, but the car I'm driving, I believe, is from the 90s. So, yeah, and not to mention, he's just driving the default-ass car. My car's been upgraded, so of course I'm going to win this race. So, yeah, like I said, the music, it's in English, believe it or not, but the whole game is in Japanese. Except you can see all the UI elements there that are not. You can see it like his name or your name is in Japanese. But then you got bam, keep hitting the edges because it's hard to drive and explain at the same time. So yeah, I'm probably going to win this race because I'm driving an infinitely better car than that car that he's driving. But when you get to the later stages, your car doesn't mean jack shit. People are gonna fuck your shit up later in the future. Like here, you're gonna win this guy in a race and he's gonna go down like a bitch. But later in the game, they're gonna fuck your shit up, believe it or not. Bam! Keep hitting the edges. I mean, it doesn't really matter because, like, there's not a chance in hell he's gonna catch up, you know? So, like, what's the difference? Like, if I keep hitting the edges, it's like, what's the difference? There's not a chance in hell he's gonna catch up. So So one thing I've noticed about the voices is that they're kind of annoying, but not as annoying as on the PSP version. Like, I'm just racing and I hear this guy going, it's like, it's kind of annoying. But on the PSP version, it's way more annoying. I lied to you not. Also, on the PSP version, the face doesn't move. It's just a static image. Nothing more, nothing less. That's the thing about this, the Xbox, I mean the PlayStation version of the game. Don't know why I said Xbox. Is that this version is better than the PSP version, but at the same time, no, it's not. The PSP version of this game is better. The PSP version had online multiplayer. So bam, you won! You went down like a B word. So yeah, I'm just gonna show you the free racing with the cinematic camera. And then bam, he gets like a head start, but it doesn't take long for me to pass him. And then here he just doesn't get a chance in hell. And then I just race. And then always when you see the cinematic camera, it's always gonna be your car and then his car after it. So like bam. But that's if you're driving a shittier, because my car is almost maxed out in terms of levels and stuff. So no, he's not even on the cinematic camera. It's just fuck him. He's a bitch. He's a pansy ass and all that shit. So whatever. Hold on, while this guy's going off, I'm gonna go search up his name, so I know his name. Hold on, don't mind that. I'm just searching up his name because I forgot his name. Itsuki takeuichi. I don't know how to pronounce that. Takeuichi something. I mean, I haven't really seen Initial D. I mean, there's the English dub for it, which I planned on watching. And other than that, there's not a whole lot to say about this game. It's just an Initial D video game. It's also probably one of the best racing games I've ever played. I mean, it's not saying much, but still, I mean, it's probably one of the best racing games. At least the PSP version is, and wow. That's kind of really all there is to show about this version of the game. There's not a whole lot else to say. I will show you the first mission of the story mode. In the story mode, you don't get to drive your car, you have to drive the AE86 or the tofu delivery car. Yeah, the Toyota, you have to drive that in the story mode. So I'll show you the story mode, and then maybe we'll go to the PSP version, and I'll show you what's cooking. I'll show you what they cooked up that time around. So I have that cool cinematic camera. Bam, here's your guy. And then if he's lucky, he'll appear in the back shots. If he's lucky. Yeah, the cinematic camera is pretty cool, but, you know, all racing video games have the cinematic camera. Well, at least all racing video games that were made by a big company. Because this game here, right here, was made by Sega. Yeah. And there's not much else to say about it. This game was made in 2003 as well, too. So of course oh yeah, first you get showed your shit of, oh, here you are, you're almost leveling up. And then suddenly, I can't believe I lost! Now, frankly, I mean, that's the face he has on his face. He has a, I can't believe I lost. However, since the whole game's in Japanese, I can't read it.
takumi? 俺
So of course, I don't want to race this guy though.
そうか
I'll show you the story mode. Would you like to save? I mean, not really, to be honest. I mean, I'll save on the way out. So I forgot where the story mode was located. Because it's like... Oh, so here's like the stage... I don't know what this is. I have more history lessons on your favorite Japanese cars. So that's what all the cars are in this game. They're all Japanese. This here is the story mode. So one thing I notice right off the bat is you are forced to drive the 1986er. I don't know what about stage 2, but stage 1 is pretty damn easy. Basically it shows a scene where a guy pours a cup, and basically what you have to do is you basically have a cup in your car and your goal is not to spill much water. You also can't pick your song as well too, I believe. It has to be this song, which I don't have a problem. So yeah, you notice that water meter and that cup shaking. Yeah, if you hit the ledge, bud, you say goodbye to some of that water. And this mother effer has some tight drifts, so yeah, if you hit the ledge like I just did there, which, trust me, bud, you're going to hit the ledge, say goodbye to some of that water. If the water goes to 0, you guessed it, Sonny Jim. You fucked up and you gotta go back to the start. So I'm not the best at drifting in this game. Because it has something to do with holding the fucking the decelerate button. But I can't get the feel for it. So bam, I keep hitting the edges and the water keeps spilling all everywhere. This car's probably drenched in fucking water by now. PSP version didn't have any of this horse shit. You see that time limit as well too? Yeah, you also have a fucking time limit, which is also bad equally because now you have to drive. And you also gotta not hit the curbs and shit. So yeah, there's not much water left. His car is probably drenched. His left fucking, his passenger seat is probably drenched in fucking water by now. Yes, I'm 110% aware that there's probably someone who could beat this whole thing without fucking up once. That's probably, you know, that's true. There's somebody that could beat this without spilling a drop of water. Funnily enough, yes there is. There's probably someone that could beat this whole game without fucking up once and hitting the edges. So you go, I made it with like little to no water. Would you like to see a replay? No, not really. And that's the game for you. You get showed your rank and how much water you had left, and then after that it's like, would you like to go to the next one? No, I would most certainly not. I like to save my game, however. And that's all there really is to say about the video game. There's not much to really say about it. However, maybe... So, we can go over to the PS2, PSP version now. The PSP version is infinitely fucking superior to this version. And the PSP version, ultimately, in the end, was a little bit better. Okay, so here is the PSP version of the game. One thing I'll notice about the video game is that the save slots, there's only 3. So unlike the PS2 version, this one here is kind of inferior. So unlike the other one where you just unlock stuff for your car, here you get cards for your car. Like you get like cards. So yeah, I'm gonna come here. One thing you're gonna notice is that I drive the exact same car as I do in the other edition. But wait a minute, this one is black. Yeah, I don't. In the PS2 version, you can't change your car color, but in this one you can. But this is on the PlayStation Portable, which means one of three things. The PlayStation Portable was weaker than the fucking PS2. It was also inferior. It was a handheld console. But this one right here is like Metal Gear Solid fucking. This game right here wants to be like Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops. It wants to be better than its better console counterparts. And is it? Well, I mean, it kinda is. Kinda, believe it or not. One thing you're gonna also notice is that this video game shares the exact same stages with the PS2 version. The only real difference between this and the PS2 version is that this one has online play. So one thing you're gonna notice is that nothing's really changed. The only real difference is the graphics, because this is on the PSP, and the music. Yeah, that's really only the difference. There's no story mode where you have to drift with water thing. Oh, hit the edge there, because I'm not the best in the world at racing games. That's what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be a speedy speed boy. Speedy speed boy. Oh damn, hit the edge again. Other than that, there's not a whole lot to say about this. It's the same people you're racing. It's basically a downgraded port of the PS2 version. However, this game has more UI elements in English, and this video game has different music. Unlike the PS2 version, however, which has, like, this game has music like Speedy Speed Boy and Remember Me. While, like, the PS2 version has Heartbeat and Night of Fire. One thing I'll tell you is that the car doesn't look the same. So, you know the car I'm driving in this? It's the exact same car as the PS2 version. I chose the same car for both versions to compare it easily. And one thing I noticed is that the cars look a lot worse than this, but it makes sense after all. Also, one thing I noticed about this game is this car, the lights actually come up and down. Now, see, look at the front of the windshield. Look, the lights go down when you turn them on and off. That's nice attention to detail, Sega. Good job, guys. Like, if you turn off the lights, it actually, like, the things come up and down. Again, like I just said, that's nice attention to detail, Sega. Good job, guys. You guys did a nice job on that. That's good attention to detail. It's like they didn't have to do that. They could have, you know, like, cheaped out. Because this is the PSP version, and most PSP versions of the games are inferior. Like Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops, like, do you think that's as good as Metal Gear Solid 3? No, it isn't. In fact, it's kinda inferior. So you finished, and apparently I set a new record, so this game, it's same as the other one. This is the save your replay, this is the watch your replay. Also, don't mind those sounds. That's my computer, because the controller port I'm using is a bit jank as fuck, so just don't worry about that. So one thing I noticed about it is the replay is like the PS2. Other than that, there's not much to show about this version. Well, there's a couple of other things I have to show you as well too. So, you know, the replay, it's the same as PS2, it's just you're a speedy boy. I want to get to the other stuff. So unlike the PS2 version, here we have this dude, which is like, oh yeah, hey, so here you did alright, but that was kind of a little mistake. Here you hit the curbing 3 times, you hit the edge 3 times, that's total fuck up. Here you also hit the edge, and oh no, here was pretty damn good. Yeah, over here you didn't hit the curb. Here you hit the curb 3 times, but you fucked up a tiny bit there. But here you did pretty damn good. So, first time around, I kind of made some mistakes. A second time around, I hit the curbing 3 times. Third time around was probably better than the first time around. And then you get to pick a card. But you get to see your results, but here you get to pick a card. So, now the thing about these cards is you could maybe apply them to your car. So, like here, I didn't get any upgrade from my car. The game saves, and then you go back to the main menu. Oh, here's the race again, here's to go back to the stage select, and here's to go back to the menu. Also, let me show you this. So here's like a little computer thingy. There's not much to say about this computer. This computer, funnily enough, sounds like the PDA from GTA Chinatown Wars. Here you can look at images. Oh, I clicked the back button by accident. You got gallery, which shows a bunch of images, which are pretty well. We have sound, which is pretty much just the music from the game. We have voices, which I haven't unlocked any, because I haven't played this game long enough to. We have course, which I don't know what about it. Movie, which is... So here, I don't know what there is. Other than that, there's not a whole lot. It's kind of the same as the PSP2 version. However, in the PS2 version, you wonder that some guy's missing right here, but there's a guy you don't race. Yeah, that's right, Sonny Jim. Funnily enough, you don't race him till way later in the game. How much later? 3 more people raced later in the game. But then, according to this game, he's going to be hard as shit. I'm gonna attempt to race this guy. I'm gonna attempt to race him. No! Fuck! Damn. The thing about this game is when they pass you... Oh, he's driving an infinitely shittier car, and yet he fucked my shit up. That's the thing about this game. is your car, you gotta make sure your car's stats are maxed out, because oh boy, he can fuck your shit up. Because when he passes you, Sonny Jim, and let's be honest, he's gonna pass you, you might as well just restart, because we know you ain't going past him. Other than that, there's not much to say about this game. It's the exact same as the PS2 version, however this one features some new stuff this time around. Other than that, that's really it. There's not a whole lot much to say about it.